This is you, scrolling on your phone, snack crumbs on your hoodie, safe inside four walls and a Wi-Fi signal. Nothing's hunting you except boredom. Now cut. Backtrack past your family, past every neat little photo album, all the way to one of your ancestors crouched in the dirt about 50,000 years ago. That guy, that's your ancestor. He has no name, no shoes, and no idea that you, a distant descendant with a screen addiction and terrible posture, even exist. But here's the thing. If that guy, or anyone in your bloodline, had been mauled, clawed, or swallowed whole by the things that treated humans like snacks, you wouldn't be here. You're not here because you're special. You're here because generation after generation of stubborn, underfed humans managed to not get eaten when, by all rights, they absolutely should have. So let's take a look at how close you and your ancestors have come over and over again to being ripped apart like a bag of chips. We're going to rank 5 times your bloodline was put through predator hell, where humans weren't the hunters, they were the menu. And we'll do it on a scale from mildly terrifying but maybe survivable, all the way to, congratulations, you are now lion poop. Let's get right into it. Cave lions, Panthera spalea, were not your friendly safari lions. They were up to 25% bigger than modern African lions, standing nearly 4 feet tall at the shoulder, with fangs built for puncturing Ice Age prey. They roamed across Europe and Asia, stalking mammoths, bison, and, crucially, the small, fragile bands of humans eking out survival during the Pleistocene. Their bones are found in caves alongside human remains, suggesting direct, messy encounters. These were apex predators in a world where indoors meant maybe a rock overhang. And that's where you come in. Because if you were one of those early humans, stepping outside wasn't just, chilly. It was, congratulations, you're auditioning to be lunch. Imagine dragging your frozen feet through the snow, trying to find a rabbit, when a lion the size of a motorcycle comes out of the tree line. Do you fight? No. Your weapons are a sharpened stick and crippling malnutrition. Good luck with that. The only reason your line survived is that humans slowly got smarter at banding together, making better tools, and sometimes setting fires in cave mouths to keep the lions out. Outcome? Cave lions eventually went extinct, and you didn't. Kicker, you win, but only because the lions didn't figure out how to make spears first. The Nile River wasn't just a life source for crops. It was home to Nile crocodiles, Crocodylus niloticus, which could grow up to 20 feet long and weigh over 1,500 pounds. Ancient records, from Herodotus to Egyptian tomb art, describe crocodiles dragging fishermen, farmers, and even soldiers into the river. Crocodiles have the evolutionary advantage of stealth ambush. 1 second you're watering your goats, the next you're a protein shake for a reptile older than the pyramids. So picture yourself hauling water jars to the riverbank. You're hot, you're sweaty, your sandals are falling apart. The river looks calm. Then suddenly, splash thrash, and you're inside the spin cycle of death, better known as a crocodile's death roll. And no, you can't swim away because the croc can hold its breath longer than you can hold a thought. What saved your ancestors? Religious fear turned practical. Crocodiles were worshipped, mummified, and sometimes avoided out of sheer terror. Humans adapted by building irrigation channels so fewer people had to get up close and personal with the river monsters. Kicker, your ancestors basically invented plumbing because crocodiles wouldn't stop eating them. Saber-toothed fatalists, the saber-tooth. These cats lived in North and South America and carried fangs up to 7 inches long, basically knives growing out of their faces. They were ambush predators targeting bison, mammoths, and yes, occasionally, the early humans crossing the Bering Land Bridge. Fossils show evidence of human-cat clashes with puncture wounds in bones and tool marks on saber-tooth remains, meaning sometimes humans fought back and sometimes they didn't. Now, imagine you're an early settler in the Americas. You've crossed frozen tundra, you're starving, and now you're camped out near a mammoth carcass. Great dinner, right? Except saber-tooths are also very interested in that mammoth. You're not just competing for food, you're competing with a 600-pound cat with knives for teeth.
Outcome? Humans eventually tipped the balance by hunting in organized groups, while saber-toothed declined with shrinking prey populations. Kicker, the saber-tooth went extinct and you're alive. Mostly because your ancestors were the kind of jerks who didn't share the mammoth steak.
In colonial India, Bengal tigers were responsible for thousands of human deaths per year. Dense forests and growing human settlements pushed people directly into tiger territory. The British Raj kept grim records of man-eaters, tigers that developed a taste for humans. Some individuals, like the infamous Champawat tiger, killed over 400 people before being stopped. For villagers cutting wood or tending crops near the forest edge, survival meant every day was a coin flip. And you're a farmer bent over in the field, hearing something move in the brush. It's not the wind, it's a tiger, 10 feet long, stripes rippling, and you've got about 3 seconds before it makes you part of the food chain. Your only defense, maybe a torch, maybe screaming, or maybe, just maybe, hoping the tiger prefers your neighbor. Consequence, colonial governments launched massive tiger hunts, slaughtering populations and pushing the animals into smaller ranges. Dark irony, the very beasts that treated humans like snacks were nearly wiped out by humans in revenge. Kicker, your ancestors survived, but only because humans are the only predators spiteful enough to try genocide against a cat.
And there you have it. 4 times your ancestors almost got deleted from history because something with teeth, claws, or scales thought they'd make a great appetizer. You're alive not because you were destined for survival, but because enough people in your family tree got lucky, screamed loud, or just ran slightly faster than the poor bastard next to them. So the next time you stress about emails or spill coffee on your laptop, remember, your survival record isn't clean, it's borrowed. You are here on the bones of people who dodged lions, crocodiles, tigers, and sharks, just so you could complain about Wi-Fi. Final punchline, you exist because your ancestors weren't delicious enough.